Hi everyone, today I want to talk about something that often hides in plain sight. A short story titled Hypocrisy. It's something I started noticing more and more on campus. At first, it was just little things, people smiling too wide, saying things that didn't match their actions, posting quotes about kindness while tearing others down in real life. But the more I observe, the clearer it became many of us are wearing masks. Not the kind made of cloth or plastic, but the kind that hides who we really are emotional and social mask that we put on to survive, to be liked, or simply to fit in. I've seen it all. The overly polite student in class discussions who turn into a gossip machine the moment the session ends. The ones who act super religious during campus events, yet mock others behind their backs. The academic archivists who claim to be hardworking but outsource group work and cheat on exam. And it made me wonder why. Why do we hide? Why do we act like we have it all together? When we in reality we are struggling. Maybe it's fear of rejection, fear of judgment. Society teaches us to present only the polished version of ourselves, smiling, productive, pious, successful, so we fake it, and slowly we forget how to be real. But here's the thing, I've done it too. I'm a six semester student juggling classes with part time jobs, waiting tables, delivering food. I smile in class even when I am tired. Post motivational quotes while I'm close to burnout and pretend to be fine because it's easier than explaining everything. I've noted during conversations I didn't agree with. I stayed silent while others were being judged and avoided confrontation the plate just to keep the peace. So I know wearing a mask is exhausting. One moment sticks with me during a campus committee event. I had worked the night shift and barely sleep. At the event, I dozed off for just a few minutes. I later overheard someone whisper, "He is lazy. Why is even here?" They didn't know I'd been on my feet for 12 hours. They didn't ask, but they judged. And honestly, I've done that too. I misjudged a classmate once, Tita. She always came late, looked bored in class. I assumed she didn't care. That one day, I overheard crying on the phone telling someone about her sick mom and her responsibilities at home. I felt ashamed. I began realizing something: hypocrisy isn't always evil. Sometimes it's just a survival mechanism. People act tough because they are afraid to be seen as weak. People act pious because they crave purpose or community. People act cold because they are tired of pretending to be cheerful. But hypocrisy becomes dangerous when we use it to judge others, when we criticize someone for doing the same things we secretly do, when we project perfection but punish others for their flaws. I remember my girlfriend Rena once said, "I don't even know who I am anymore. I act differently with everyone." And I told her, maybe we all do. Maybe we just wear different masks for different stages. But when do we take them off? She asked. I didn't have an answer then. I still don't. But that question has stayed with me. I started writing about my observations, not to criticize, But to understand, I created anonymous block entires. I created anonymous blog entries about the different masks we wear, the religious mask, the academic mask, the friendly mask. Some of the posts went viral. People said, "This writer understands exactly what I feel." They didn't know it was me. Even in the internship program I joined, I saw the same pattern. People start off polite, but their real personality slowly came out. Some worked hard quietly, while others complained and pretended. It was like watching society in miniature. And then there was Bayu, one of the smartest, most polished students I knew. One day I saw him selling cigarettes and snacks at his family's wedding. He looked embarrassed, said, "Please don't tell anyone." And I just smiled and said, "Why? It's admirable." That moment reminded me everyone has their battles. I've learned that being kind isn't about being perfect, and being real isn't about being rude. It's about being brave enough to show your true self and gentle enough to accept the truth in others. Yes, there will be always hypocrites. There will always be people who pretend, but instead of calling them out, maybe we should try to understand why they are pretending in the first place. Because when we create a space where people feel safe being themselves, flaws, and all, that's where true connection happens. So, to anyone watching this who tired of pretending, who feels unseen behind their own mask, you are not alone. And if there's one thing I've learned from observing people, it's this. In a world full of performance, the greatest courage is to be real. Thanks for listening. Let's try to make this world a little less about appearances and a little more about understanding. Thank you.